LinkedIn and Twitter and YouTube. Thank you so much. Welcome to Friday's edition of Wealth Building Strategies. Thank you so much, everybody. Thanks for joining. Thanks for being awesome and for following me and being a phenomenal individual that you are. I just want to appreciate every one of you again and thank you and welcome you. I couldn't be more grateful to have you listen and join and follow me many, many days, many times. And it's highly regarded, and I appreciate every one of you for seeing this. What I'm going to share with you today is one of the lessons that we use on a wealth building strategies. It's a phenomenal lesson, and I want you to have it. I want you to start really enjoying this because if you're not having this information, I don't know what you're doing. So before I get into it and before I move more further, I want to just thank you for joining. I want to thank you for sharing. Invite others. Share the link to others. I am going live in several places, and just hit the plus sign and add a few more people. Say a few nice things about what you're doing. Don't do it for me. Do it for you, because others are going to see what you are doing. What are you studying? And today you are studying this here, right here with me. So I do appreciate you for that. My name is Kamal. If we have not met, it's a pleasure to meet you and nice to see you all from all across the world. I consider you a friend, and this is a safe space. So thanks for joining. And let's share and bring other people in to hear this amazing news. It's remarkable. I'm thankful that I'm able to share it with you. I'm thankful that I'm able to study this with Bob Proctor and Laurel Langmeyer. And it is incredible. These two individuals, both of them, Laurel Langmeyer and Bob Proctor, have changed my life for the better. These past few months have been phenomenal, and I want the same for you for this year, for 2022. So follow the club, follow the Green Castle, invite your friends, join, make sure you hit the bell so that you know when we're hosting these rooms. Otherwise, you might miss out, and you don't want to be missing out, right? I am going to have a link there for you to join shortly, a webinar that we're hosting this weekend. So make sure you attend. It's going to be a remarkable weekend so you can start feeling rich and build the wealth that you want to build. You are here for a reason, so I want you to have it. So this weekend, 6 hours of training is going to be available for many of you who choose to join. So I'm going to give you that link shortly. It is here in my bio on the Clubhouse app, but I will put it shortly on the screen online so you can have it. Okay. Uh, so have a piece of paper and a pen. See, if you don't have a piece of paper and a pen, you might miss out a few things. So I want you to have a piece of paper and a pen. And when you do, what's gonna happen is you're gonna see a few things. You're gonna have a few things to write down because the ideas will come to you as you listen to this material. Now, if they don't, it's okay the first time, second time, but I know they will. I know the ideas will come to you because that's what happens to me too. So when the ideas come to you, you need to write them down and you're going to eventually act on these ideas. Okay. You want to act on the ideas. Nothing is going to happen by just listening. So to create wealth building strategies, that's the first thing that I'm going to ask you. Share with everybody, bring your friends, start building that wealth, start getting used to adding value instead of taking, and have a piece of paper and a pen. I'm going to give you my website here, El-Rassi.com. I'm going to give you my contact information on Calendly so that you can really start reaching out and book an appointment so we can have a conversation. I mean, why not have a conversation? It's not going to cost you anything. I'll give you a bit of my time so that you can start having that conversation moving forward. So you can see what's it like. What do you need to do? What's missing? If you just do what you think is right, you're not going to see it because you're living it. Whereas somebody else looking at what you're doing is going to help you really grow. So here's my calendar link as well. You can book an appointment, hit me in the back chat, send a message, and don't be a stranger. Don't be a stranger. Whatever it is you're going through, we can get you started. We'll figure it out. This information, if it resonates with you, and I know it will, it did with many, um, let's make it work for you. Let's get you started right away. I do have a goal, and I'm going to share that with you in a little bit. So, and if you followed me and I have not on any of the social medias, whatever it is, LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, just send me a message. Say, hey, please, I know I followed you. Can you follow me? I can't keep up. There's a lot of messages going on back and forth. So, but if I followed you and if you followed me and I haven't followed you, please let me know. I'd love for you to be followed by myself. So I want to thank you for that ahead of time. So with that, sit back, relax, get a cup of coffee, get a cup of tea, and you're going to be amazed with what you're going to hear. I'm serious. This information is going to change your life for the better. If this sounds like something you want, here's my number as well. You know how to find me, 734-430-7396. Let's talk. 734-430-7396. Let's talk. And just just text me and say, let's talk, and I will call you back. I will call you back fairly quickly. Like, it doesn't need to take long. You just text back. It's very easy. You hit me on WhatsApp, the phone, whatever way you want. So with that, without further ado, I'm sure you've added some room to people to the room. I am sure you have invited others, and I'm going to share with you next this amazing video.
Results. You know,
Here we
hello
go.
there and welcome. I want to congratulate you for taking part in this program, Thinking into Results. You know, you probably think this just has to do with your work, but it really doesn't. This has to do with your family. It has to do with your social life, your health. It has to do with your life.
Hold on. We're on the wrong screen, but that's okay. We're going to go to this screen.
Hello there and welcome. I want to congratulate you for taking part in this program, Thinking into Results. You know, you probably think this just has to do with your work, but it really doesn't. This has to do with your family. It has to do with your social life, your health. It has to do with your life. I began studying this material close to 50 years ago. My life has changed so dramatically. I live in a healthy body. I'm happy. I'm wealthy. I have friends all over the world. And I have business all over the world. And it's all because of this material. You have absolutely no idea where this is going to take you. And when we talk about results, let's understand this. It's what we think that ultimately manifests as results. Now, that may seem like a bit of an exaggeration or maybe even a fairy tale to you at this point. But as you start to study it, you're going to realize it's not an exaggeration and it's not a fairy tale. It's real. So take this program seriously. Your leaders are going to give you something that you're going to be grateful for the rest of your life. I am forever grateful every day to have this information because you see, I'm in charge of me. I'm in charge of my world, and you're going to take charge of your world. You'll no longer be a victim of circumstance or a victim of any kind because you're going to take responsibility for your life and the results you get. We never have to blame. We never have to look at anybody else. And we're in control of how we think, how we feel, how we act, and therefore the results we get. You're going to start loving how you spend your days when you've got thinking into results in your pocket and in your mind. Enjoy it.
Hello, I'm Sandy Gallagher, your partner on this journey, Thinking into Results. When I first met Bob Proctor, I was already a successful business attorney, and I thought my life couldn't get much better, but it did. My life has expanded dramatically. I've learned a lot from Bob since we first met. He got me to shift my thinking and see the relationship of my mind to my behavior and my results. Bob Proctor is widely considered one of the greatest teachers in the world on the topic of human potential and growth. He's worked with many of the top companies around the world, from banks to airlines to insurance companies to computer giants like IBM. Working with Bob generates phenomenal results. One of the most valuable concepts that Bob taught me is the importance of setting goals. Not just any goal, not a goal you know how to achieve. I'm talking about a goal, a dream, a vision, something you think, something you know, in fact, is beyond your experience today. Because the true purpose of a goal is to help you grow in your awareness of yourself and of your team. What are your dreams? What are your aspirations? What are your goals? Let's see how you can begin thinking in a new and powerful way and begin discovering your true purpose in life. Are you ready?
The lesson that we're going to do right now could have a greater impact on your life than anything else. It certainly did on mine. You receive a little goal.
This lesson, if you take it seriously, it can truly change the course of your life. So Ibrahim, Jesse, and Connie, and everybody that's listening live, this was the lesson that 10 months ago I listened to. It was just a meeting just like this. And things have been better since then. So for those who are listening to this after the recording, take it seriously and enjoy the material. I'm sharing with you thousands of dollars worth of research. effort, 120 years that has been spent in getting here. So you're getting the best of Bob Proctor. You're getting the best of what I can share with you. But I want to invite you. I want to invite you to come and learn with us what it takes. Because you're not going to be able to do this on your own. Even if I give you the material, you're going to need a group. You're going to need help. You're going to need support. And that's what we can do. We can help you start getting this material right. We can help you start getting goals that are right for building your wealth strategy, whatever it is that you're working on. And again, I want to thank you for sharing this. I want to thank you for inviting others and to listening. And I want to thank you for the follow. All right. So this is about goals. This is about you. This is about your health. It's about your wealth. It's about you if you want to lose weight, if you want to become stronger, to become more powerful. It's all about you. It doesn't matter what your goal is. We're going to help you set a goal and achieve it. That's what we're going to do. So click the link and join. Click the link and let's hopefully we'll see you this weekend. All right. Here's Bob again.
Goal card. This is where you sit down and write out what you want on a card. And then you carry it loose in your purse or your pocket. Now, on one side, we've got here, change is inevitable. But personal growth is a choice, and it is. Do you know that you could wander up and down the streets of any city, anywhere in the world, and ask one person after another, what is their goal? And they'll look at you, and odds are pretty good they'll say, what do you mean? Yet if by chance you find someone that has a clearly defined goal, ask if they've got it in writing. And again, odds are pretty good they won't. If you decide what you want and you write it on the card and you carry it with you, I guarantee you it must happen. It absolutely must happen in your life. Now, why do we have goals? See, the average individual would say we have a goal to get more, get a better house, get a bigger house, get a boat, get more money. No, that may be a result of the goal. You may, accumulate more in your life and nicer and better things. But the real purpose of a goal is to grow. It causes you to draw something out of yourself that you didn't even know was there. And when we set a goal, we're going after something we want. And if you know how to reach it, it's the wrong goal. Now, that probably sounds pretty silly. When you set a goal, you're going after something you want. And if you know how to reach it, it's probably the wrong goal. You're going sideways. I always mention that goals fall into three categories. I refer to it as A, B, and C. A-type goals are doing something you already know how to do. And I use an example in a program that I wrote about a young man that came to me and he asked me if I'd talk to him about his goal. And I said, sure, what's your goal? He said, I want to get a new car. And I said, well, that's okay. I said, what kind of a car do you want? He said, a new Pontiac. I said, well, Pontiac's a nice car. I've had a Pontiac. And I said, what are you driving now? And he said, a Pontiac. Anyway, I said, how long have you had it? And he said, 4 years. I said, how old's the Pontiac? He said, 4 years old. And I said, then what you're telling me is that you have had a new Pontiac that you bought 4 years ago. You bought it new. He said, that's right. And I said, that's not a good goal because you've known for 4 years
how to do that. There's going to be no growth attached to it. Now, that doesn't mean you shouldn't get a new Pontiac, but it would not constitute a goal. A goal is something that you're going to go after you've never done before. Now, when people move away from A-type goals, they generally go to B-type goals. And that's where they sit down and they gather all the information.
So we're talking about big goals. We're talking about you deciding on that goal, right? A-type goals are the ones that you know how to do. A-type goals are simple stuff. It's a present result. It's currently, you know how to do it already. You know how to build a fence. You know how to clean your house. The job that you're doing, you know how to do it. So we're talking about bigger goals. We're talking about something that you really want. And that's what this program does. It's going to help you really get better results. And so pay attention to what Bob's talking about, the ABC type of goals. That's what's wrong with everybody. Everybody works on simple stuff. I want you to start working on big stuff, really big stuff, okay? So here's Bob again.
Information they've got, all the resources they've got, and they say, if all these things happen, then I could accomplish this. And they make a plan. They've got an absolutely beautiful plan They've got the plan, and if all these things happen, then I can accomplish this. This is what they think they can do. You see, the A type is what they know they can do. B is what they think they can do. Now, do you know that there's no inspiration in going after something like that? Absolutely none. And if you're going to really accomplish something, you're going to have to be inspired. You're going to have to pull on something that you haven't pulled on before. I mean, it's going to have to come from inside. See, people go after B-type goals, they get going and they get bored, they're not inspired, and so they quit, they give up. Now, the C-type goal is wants. And what you want, I'm talking about what you really want. Most people say, I don't know what I want. I don't believe that. I think you do know what you want. I think you're rejecting it before you give it any serious thought. To decide what you want, you've got to sit down and totally relax. And then you have to let your imagination wander. When you're going after wants, you're dealing with fantasy. See, the one, you're going after what you know. The other one, you're going after what you think you can do. And the wants is fantasy. Now, we have been conditioned as kids that fantasy is just for little kids. You don't fantasize. You've got to know how things are going to happen. But you see, you and I are the only creature on the planet, so far as we know, that can fantasize. Ed Hillary fantasized that he would stand on top of the world and he'd climb Mount Everest. The Wright brothers, a couple of ordinary bicycle mechanics, they fantasized they'd introduce us to a new kingdom, and they did. Now think of this for a moment. What do you fantasize? See, as a little kid, you could fantasize, and your mother and dad let you do that because it got you out under their feet. You'd sit down in front of the kitchen cupboards with pots and pans, and God knows only what you did with it. But then you went to school. Bob, pay attention. You see, your mind's wandering. Will you quit looking out the window and listen to what I'm telling you? And you see, we'd get punished, and pretty soon we stopped fantasizing. We put our imagination away, and we stopped using it. Do you know, Napoleon Hill said the imagination is the most marvelous, miraculous, inconceivably powerful force the world has ever known. Don't you find it strange that we have great, huge companies, big multinationals, with small creative departments? We have people wandering around saying, well, I'm not really creative. Writers are creative, musicians are, but I'm really not creative. Everyone is creative. Creativity comes from the root creator, which is within. Everybody's creative. It's a matter, are you expressing your creativity? Well, don't let people steal your dream. When you sit down and decide what you want, you won't know how you're going to get it. The fun is in finding out how you're going to do it.
This is very important by Bob here. So when we're building wealth and building these big strategy, this big goal that you have, it's not just about, oh, I want to make $100 million and you know, this is what it is. No, you really have to dream it. You really have to imagine it. You have to feel yourself there. You have to take yourself there. You have to believe it's going to happen. And we're going to work with you on how you do that. Now, it is scary and it is weird and it is different and it's different than anything else you've ever imagined. And it's all good because that's the whole point. The whole point is for us to teach you how to do something you've never done before. To teach you how you can become somebody you've never done before. This goal that you want, this wealth that you want, it's a 401k plan, it's a house, it's a relationship, it's a business, is really something much bigger than you could ever imagine. So what is it that you want? Have you figured it out? And even if you don't know what it is, you will figure it out with the process that we go through and thinking into results. What you listened to the last 10 minutes or so was very critical. To find a goal, find something that you want, that you're desiring, you're aspiring to get, that you've never done before. It has to be scary. It has to be big. It has to be wealthy. And it doesn't mean money only. It means wealthy for you. You could be looking for health. You could be looking for a bigger home. You could be looking for a forest. I don't know what you want. Until you book an appointment and we talk, I'm not going to know what you want. So that's the wealth. The wealth is in your mind, is you becoming more aware. So when we study with Bob this thing, you start believing that you can do this. And the best thing you can do is really believe it. You have to believe that you can achieve the goal. See, anything you did today, you believed you could do it, you went on and you did it. Everything you have today, you wanted it and somehow you got it. So it's as simple as this, but you probably now are rejecting the ideas. You're probably telling yourself, there's no way this is possible. I tell myself I'm going to make 100,000 and I'll do it. I'm telling you, yeah. You tell yourself that enough times, you start believing it, you put yourself in action, you will make that $100,000. All desires and wants must come to life. We can show you how to do that. Now, if you want to upgrade your life, if you really want to change your life for the better, there's a link here at the top, and I put my calendar earlier. So book an appointment, send a message, say, hey, what is this about? How do you do this? How do you create wealth? How do you really start dreaming big like this and start making money? I'm telling you, it is possible for you. Every one of you can have this. And you know how to find me. You see my number, 734-430-7396. 734-430-7396. Text me. Say, hey, let's talk. I want to know more about this. See, what I'm sharing with you is what Bob figured out for the last 61 years. And this is the summary of Napoleon Hill, Andrew Carnegie, Earl Nightingale, and everybody. They all had this information and they acted on it and they made the wealth that they want. And you get to have it in beautiful video format, 10-15 minutes a day. That's going to make you feel healthier, happier, wealthier. If you think it's going to be just money that's going to make you happy, you're confused. It's not it. Money is just along the way. Money is just a frequency. Money will come when you start doing more of what you love to do. Whatever work you like to do, whatever thing you're adding service, or whoever you're helping, that's how money is going to come. Money is on the journey, right? It's the price you're going to get for the service you're going to provide. Goals are, what are you going to become? What are you going to be how many people are you going to help? How many homes are you going to build for the poor, for the rich, for whatever? What's going to make you happy? So that's the story that I have for you, because it's an incredible transformation video here. This is on goal setting for wealth. And we go through from beginning to end in this 6 months coaching, live coaching. It is not just a video. You'll actually be in a group, you'll be in an environment, you're going to be supported, you're going to be encouraged, you're going to be among people like yourself. You're going to have access to the material. Your family will have access to this material. That's the best part. If you have a family, they will have access to it too. So it's not you changing, it's them as well. They will change. So wouldn't you like that? So that's why I'm encouraging you to sign up for this event. Paula's running this event this weekend. I'm going to help her on the weekend. And it's just going to be beautiful. It's going to be a workshop that she's doing, and it's just going to be wonderful. So click on that link there, sign up, and I look forward to seeing you there on the weekend. And for now, if somebody has to leave, let me know. We'll get you to share. Otherwise, we have a few more minutes on this lesson 1 on goal setting and wealth building that I want to share with every one of you. So thank you, Lori Lee, for joining, and thank you, Michael, for being here. And thanks everybody that's listening and adding friends to the room. So let's see what else Bob has to say.
When I set a goal, if it doesn't sort of scare me, I know I'm on the wrong track. See, if you know how you do it, you're going to go sideways. You've got to build a fantasy. You take the fantasy and you move it from fantasy to a theory. You keep playing with it. And you go from fantasy to a theory. And you take and you build an image, and just follow the pyramid that we've got here for you. And you turn it into a theory. Now that is when we're giving our fantasy some serious consideration. We're starting to use our reasoning mind, and we're starting to give this some serious thought. Now before we can turn the theory into a goal, we have to ask ourselves a couple of things. Am I able to do this? Am I able? Well, if we believe everything we've been taught by both science and theology, the only 2 sources of reference we have to go to, we have deep reservoirs of talent. We have infinite potential. Absolutely, I'm able. I don't know how, but I'm able. The second question we have to ask, am I willing? Am I willing to pay the price? Am I willing to do what I have to do to get to where I'm going? See, Ed Hillary had to go to Nepal in 1951, in 1952, and 1953. No one had ever been to the top of Mount Everest. Everyone in the world told him it couldn't be done. Anybody that tried died. But he kept going back. He was willing to do whatever was required, and he got to the top of that mountain. Have you any idea how those 2 young bicycle mechanics, the Wright brothers, were ridiculed? Told to quit wasting time? Have you any idea how many times people laughed at Edison when he said what he was going to do? He was going to make this incandescent light. Do you know he failed about 10,000 times? He was willing to do that. See, failing at something doesn't make you a failure. You're only a failure when you stop. You could ask, am I able to do this? Yeah, I'm able. Am I willing? Yeah, I'm willing. I am willing to pay the price. At that second, your theory turns into a goal. Now, as you get emotionally involved in the goal, you're going to find that your emotional involvement is going to change your behavior. Yet you're going to find as your behavior changes, the results start to change. And your theory turns into a fact. And once you reach the goal, it turned into a fact. That puts you in a position to build bigger and better fantasies. Now, let's back up a bit. How do you decide what you want? See, that's a pretty big idea. You've got to sit down as an individual and start writing all your wants down. Make it a shopping list. See, I think there's two goals people should have. They should have a personal goal, and then they should have a corporate goal. You might want to sit down with your peers in your department and say, what could we accomplish in this department? It could be the sales department. It might be, as a group, collectively, take the sales to a point that would shock the executives in the company. It could be in the machine shop. Let's make this place the most effective machine shop in the world. It could be in the accounting department. Let's make sure everything's right on tap. They're goals. And as we work towards them, we unify our energies. We work together, but we're working towards a point. See, when people are working towards something, they're alive. If they're just working, they don't have any fun. So we've got to sit down and we've got to decide, what do I really want? And start to make a list. You're capable of doing anything. And what we're really doing is raising our level of conscious awareness. And you're going to find when you decide on the thing on the list that you want more than anything, that becomes the star you're shooting at. That's what's written on the card. That becomes the goal. It might be an income, it might be a position, it might be a new home, it might be a trip. That becomes the goal. Yeah, that's what you work towards. And you're forever trying to become more effective so you can raise your consciousness and you become aware of how to do it. It's the same in a department. We have a masterminding session, a brainstorming session. How can we make this department more effective than it is? Now, you're going to find possibly someone say, well, I'm not doing that. Well, then that's okay. They're not part of the group. Don't let another person dictate how you're going to live. Don't let conditions or circumstance dictate. It has nothing to do with what's going on outside of you. It's what's going on inside. George Bernard Shaw said that people are always blaming circumstance for where they are. He says, I don't believe in circumstance. The people that get on in this world are the people who get up and look for the circumstances they want, and if they can't find them, they make them. So you absolutely refuse to let anything that's going on outside stop you. Do you know, there's a cute story about the Maharishi and yoga when he was taking his transcendental meditation to the world, or planning to. Someone asked him, well, where's all the money going to come from? He said, wherever it is right now. See, nothing's created or destroyed. If nothing's created or destroyed, everything's already here, if not in one state or another. The way to fly airplanes has always been here. Internet, it's always been here. We just weren't aware of how to do it. And as we raise our conscious awareness, we've got it. Nothing is created or destroyed. All science and all theology have taught us that for years. Now, when we really start to understand that, we live in an ocean of motion. We're living in a...
So you see, that's so important to understand and realize that everything is already here. And we're just getting more aware, and we're just figuring out how to put things together. You got to imagine a much bigger life for you, a much bigger dream, much bigger wealth, different strategy. And to have all this available for you and not taking advantage of it, oh my goodness, you're missing out. And that's what I'm inviting every one of you to join us on this journey. Ibrahim and Michael and Tristan and Wissam and Connie and everybody that's listening live now and after this is over. To have this information in your hands, to you and your family, to start really a new life of wealth building and start becoming that millionaire you want to be, or the success coach that you want to be, or the trainer. It's just phenomenal. We're in a constant evolution. Look what's happening with the situation right now in the economy. All over the US, all over North America, all over Europe, all over China. You could be anywhere in the world. With this information, you're unstoppable. And that's why I call it unstoppable transformation. Unstoppable transformation. You're going to become incredible. Unstoppable transformation. It's huge. Huge what you're going to do with your results. what you're going to become. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. That's what this information would help you become. You're going to start working on your goals. You're going to start going after what you want, and you're going to start getting some serious results, like serious results. It's a constant change. And
Constant evolution of change. But remember when I said personal growth is a choice. You've got to have a goal. You've got to wake up in the morning and get excited. I'm working towards my goal.
Do you hear that? You got to wake up every morning and be excited about your goal. It cannot be a wish or a hope or a little thing. You have to be excited about your goal. Are you excited about your goal? Are you working on the right goal? And if not, that's why you need this. That's why you need to have this in your life so you can have the energy, have the wealth. If you're not excited, you're procrastinating. If you're not excited, you're not making money. If you're not excited, you're feeling miserable. And I want you to start feeling good. This is the medicine for you. That's why we're resonating on this frequency and vibration. You might think, I never got lucky. Oh my gosh, Kamal, I never got a break in my life. This is your lucky break. This was Ibrahim's lucky break. He's feeling better just being around. Lori, oh my God. I love how she's becoming, how she's transforming and achieving things in less than 3 months. This is incredible. This is your lucky break, and the universe will send you what you want. You just have to listen up. You just have to kind of allow yourself to grow up a little bit or a lot and see where this is going to take you. There's no risk here. The risk is if you do nothing. The risk if you just listen to this and just go on your own and do nothing. That's the risk. And you're going to continue the way you are. And we're in 2022 at the beginning of it. So let's make the best out of it. So book the appointment and let's have a conversation.
That's what I'm doing right now, is I'm creating this program with you. I'm working towards a goal. I have a business partner, Sandy Gallagher. She wants to build this worldwide, the corporate division. And so that's what we're doing. That's what we're working towards. That's why we're spending time here right now, building this program. So help you. See, the only way to reach the goal is to provide greater service. And as you provide greater service, you're going to grow. You're going to move ahead. Things inside of you are going to start to happen. An individual that doesn't have a goal is lost. They don't know where they're going. Can you imagine going on a trip and you don't know where you're going? Somebody say, well, where are you going to go? I don't know, west. Where? I mean, you could be going around the world and just going around the world and around the world. Well, where are you going? I'm going west. Well, when you get there, you still can go west.
You're going west.
Imagine
west
driving out of your driveway. You've got no destination. Which way would you turn? You see, we're goal-seeking organisms. Every one of us. Have you ever watched a little baby? The baby's goal is to walk. It falls, it bangs its head, it cries, it bleeds, but it doesn't stay down. It gets up and it gets going. And pretty soon it's, look, Mom, I'm walking. Then they get on a bike. And the trick is to balance it, learn how to ride. Pretty soon it's, look, Mom, no hands. But you know what your goal is? Your goal, your real purpose in life is to grow. You want to sit down and ask yourself, what do you really love to do? That's what you're going to get good at. That's what your purpose is going to be all about. That's what your goal is all about. Move toward what you want. Have a personal goal, have a corporate goal. Now your personal goal and your corporate goal in your department should be consistent with the corporate goal that the executive team set. So you want to make sure, as you go towards the big one, that all your little ones will fall into place. And I guarantee you, you'll set something on fire inside of you that there's nothing like it. Goal achievers are productive individuals. They're happy, they're productive, they're prosperous. They're the ones that make the world change. Don't listen to people that tell you why something can't be done. Don't listen to people that tell you the economy is controlling them. You control the economy. You're God's highest form of creation. Steve Bowe, who was a vice president with the Metropolitan Life Insurance Company, said one time something that I have never forgot. He said, God's gift to us is more talent and ability than we'll ever hope to use in our lifetime. Our gift to God is to develop as much of that talent and ability as we can in this lifetime. I like that. You might want to take and memorize that. It's done me a lot of good. Now I've shared it with you. Set your goal, get it on your card, bury it in your mind. Tell yourself, I'm able and I'm willing, and then go and do it. This is Bob Proctor. Thank you.
Hope you enjoyed this. This is amazing. Pick the goal, set your mind. That's it. Tell yourself you're able and you're willing and get on with the work. Set your goal, make up your mind, tell yourself you're able and you're willing. You are able. The key is, are you willing? I know you're able, and you're going to have to believe that. You are able. The key is, are you willing? Are you willing to really do it this year? That's the key. I don't know if you're willing. Most people will resist it. Pick a goal, make up your mind, you're going to succeed. Tell yourself you're able and you're willing, and let's get on with the work. And you can have anything you want. It's an unstoppable journey. This is an incredible lesson. Incredible lesson.
I'd like to congratulate you on taking this first step towards thinking into results. Now that you know a lot more about setting goals, the right kind of goals, what do you do next? You take action, because that's where the learning really begins. Without action, goals are just fantasies. So sit down with your coworkers, take some time and ask them, if we had all the resources we needed and there were no limitations or restrictions, what would we want to accomplish together as a department? It's really a great opportunity to collaborate and be creative, because everyone wins by coming together for a common goal, and everyone soars when those common goals are big, worthy goals. So good luck, and I'll see you at the next lesson.
So you see, I just shared with you a lesson that's worth $10,000, $1,000, $20,000, depending how big is your idea. You can do anything you want with this lesson. Usually this is for my private clients like Lori Lee and a few others. But today, as I'm studying it, I said, you know what, let's share this. Let's tell them here. Let's give them a tease to see what are they missing. And if you've listened, and if you pay attention, and if you implement what we talk about, that's how your life's going to change. You got to pick a goal. Make up your mind that you're going to do it. Decide you are able and willing. You tell yourself that. And let's get on with the work. I love to see every one of you in my class. Michael, Wissam, El-Rassi, Ibrahim. So that's the lesson for today. Goal setting and achieving. You can do it. There is no reason why you can't. Ibrahim, you came up first to the stage, and then we go to Lori, and then we go to Michael. Ibrahim, would you like to share? How you doing, buddy? What's going on? All right, maybe Ibrahim is busy. Lori Lee, thanks for joining. It's Friday. It's almost lunchtime here. How are you? How's it going? I know you know this lesson. What's your thought? What went through your mind?
I love this stuff. So my thought is, like Bob Proctor always says, this stuff really works. If he's been doing it for 61 years, I mean, I look at it this way. It's like, I don't know anyone who has this information like he does. I don't know anyone other than him who's followed this information and studied and studied and studied and studied this information like he has for 61 years. So if it's working for him, the law says it will likely work for you, but you got to do the work. So still doing the work. I'm still doing the work, and it's awesome. I'm kicking up. It's Friday. I'm kicking myself. I went on a photo shoot earlier. I went on an inspection earlier. I'm home for the day, and I'm back at it tomorrow morning, bright and early. So I need to rest. I need to go. Okay, it's time to rest. And this is my definition of resting. Isn't that amazing? It's just listening to Bob Proctor. And you, come on. You're such a great teacher, too, because we're the captain. You know, I'm the captain. You're the captain of your own life. We got to save the captain. And I remember you told me that when I first started studying with you. Mm-hmm. We got to save the captain. I remember when I was full of anxiety. And now look at it, I'm just like sitting here going, yeah, okay, whatever. I'm just having a whatever moment. I didn't have too many whatever moments back 3 or 4 months ago. And now I just go, I know that my goals are here. I know that my goals are happening. And goals are fun. I used to think that goals were grueling, and I now believe that goals are fun. Goals are really fun. And I'm complete, Kamal, but I'm just hanging out on a Friday afternoon. Thank you.
Thank you. It's so good and so amazing. Goals are fun, and that's how we hang out. Study a little bit, relax, chill, and listen to some wisdom and thought, and take some actions, reply to some stuff, and You're doing amazing, fantastic. I just love the energy and the harmony, your voice, and how happy you are and becoming more aware. And the key is that you're sharing. You're sharing this with everybody, and everybody knows that you're on a mission now, and you have that mission, and the mission will come to life because you have a goal. Goals are coming. You made up your mind. You're doing the work, and it has to come to life. It has to. It's gotta happen. It's the law. So Bob is teaching us, but Bob is teaching us the law. It's not his law, it's the law of the universe. So it's all good, and I love it. Thank you so much for sharing. And let's see, Michael. Michael, welcome. Thanks for being up here, and thanks for listening. What say you about goal setting? What did you hear that you liked? Hello, Michael. Okay, maybe nothing from Michael. Michael, it's all right. Wissam or Faithmas and Merwas, if you want to share, coming up. And that's basically what I had for you today. And thank you, Lisa Gray, for listening. And thanks for seeing this live and commenting as well. She's amazing, beautiful individual, working hard and working towards her goal as well. And she's going to start supporting me online and on LinkedIn. So if you haven't connected yet and you haven't booked your appointment yet, I don't know what you're waiting for. It's time to do it. I'm going to be ending the room shortly. And my good friend Paula has got an event this weekend. I'm going to be supporting her for a few hours. So that link is going to be in the bio here. So reach out to it, click, put your name, and don't miss out. That's the key. Don't want to be you don't want to be missing out. Get to that link and sign up. Okay, you're going to have to sign up because it's a beautiful thing. Paula
What
has.
day and time, Paula? For Paula.
Yeah, it's a good question. Thank you for asking that. I should say it's going to be 10 to 1 Saturday and Sunday, both days. You don't have to go both days, but at least go to at least one of them. It's going to be You Were Born Rich workshop where you really get to dig deep and understand what's happening in your mind and how you can really get this wealth building strategy to move in the right direction. Paula is a colleague and we work together on several things. Now I'm going to be supporting her Saturday and Sunday for several hours. So 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'm going to type it here in the text as well. So that's the link here in the bio now. 1 p.m. Eastern. You Were Born Rich workshop. You Were Born Rich workshop. We're multitasking. So here we go. So yeah, it's going to be a great event, and I just want to thank Lisa for the support and thank every one of you for joining and inviting others. Reach out. That's how you're going to get the link if you don't see what is it at yet. But it's Friday. So good. Amazing week. Great week. Anything else? Anybody? With Sam, Zendine, and Michael, Ibrahim? Anything else to share before we close the room? No? All right. No worries. All good. All good. So with that, have an amazing Friday. It is 1:12 p.m. My youngest daughter, 16, is cooking lunch for us. So it's going to be great. I know that because she always cooks amazing stuff. She's really good. Really good. I love her. And with that, thanks again. Blessings to every one of you. Be awesome. Be amazing. And tell others about what's happening this weekend. If you can't make it, I'm sure you know somebody that can. So just invite them, text them the link, and then they can find me. We'll give them the link to register. Thank you so much. Blessing. Bye-bye. Good day.
Thank you, Kamal.
Thank you, Lori.
Have a good day.
Yeah,
Have
you.
a good. I won't. Maybe I'll come in on Sunday. I don't know. I can't promise, but I work all weekend, so it makes it kind of challenging. But most weekends. But thank you.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Very good.
So thank you, Kamal.
Oh, thank you, Ibrahim. Thank you.
Have a good lunch with your daughter.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. So we're gonna finish with this quick 6-7 minute audio here, and let's see if I can get the right tab to be shared. What is it? Yeah, I can share the tab. Yeah, I'm learning the software better now. So
Do you know a question that I'm asked everywhere I go? I've traveled all over the world. Is it important to have a mentor? Well, I guess you can be very successful without one, and probably some people do. But I would not have accomplished anywhere near what I have accomplished without a mentor. I have had a number of mentors, and my whole life has changed dramatically. I went from going nowhere to having a business that operates all over the world. If you want to win in a big way, you want to get a mentor. It's almost like getting a direct pipeline from their mind to your mind, where you're gaining all their wisdom, all their experience, and all the studying that they've done over a number of years. And like that, you get it all in a short period of time. Are mentors important? Well, I'm going to tell you, mentors literally changed the course of my life.
Before I met Bob Proctor, I was running a thriving law practice, and I had what most people thought of as real success. But from time to time, I'd think about doing something different. And then one day, I found myself in a Bob Proctor seminar, and I decided right then and there, I wanted to do what this man was doing. I wanted to be in his inner circle, and I wanted to create a program with him to bring to the executives and the directors and the companies that I've been working with for over the last 2 decades. This was a big change, and I am so grateful I had Bob Proctor to be my mentor as I went through this big transition. Bob says that having a mentor changed the course of his life. Well, having Bob as my mentor changed the course of my life. It's very easy to get into a routine in life, to do the same thing over and over. I've come to learn that every day can be an exciting adventure, but we have to make it that way, and to do that, we have to stretch. We have to set aside limitations and follow our dream. Now I am Bob Proctor's business partner and co-founder of the Proctor Gallagher Institute. Like Bob, mentors have changed the course of my life, and they can change the course of your life too.
Let's take a look at what thinking into results is and what it could do for you, how it came about. You see, my life had changed dramatically. I went from earning nothing to earning over $1 million a year. And I was sitting one day and I was thinking, how did all this happen? You know, I was reading Think and Grow Rich, I was studying Earl Nightingale's material, but a lot of people have read those books and studied Earl's material, and they weren't accomplishing what I was accomplishing. So I had to ask myself, what am I doing so different? You see, I had been raised to believe if you're going to earn a lot of money, you've got to be really smart. I was earning over $1 million a year, and I didn't think I was that bright. I was also raised to believe if you don't go to school, you can't win. Well, I hadn't gone to school. I went to high school for about 2 months. I didn't have a good job. I owned the entire company. Now, don't get the idea that I think school isn't important. I think school is vitally important. I see study and school as being almost sacred. It's very important. But I couldn't figure out why I won, and so I started to study. I was very curious. It took me 9.5 years, and I got the dots to connect. That was after working with 3 or 4 phenomenal mentors. And when I got the dots to connect, all I wanted to do was teaching. And that's all I've been doing. And then I run into a young lady who is my business partner today, Sandy Gallagher. And she put together a master plan. And to cut a long story short, she said, Bob, I've studied everything that you teach. I know exactly what you know. I want to make a program. And she would get me in front of a camera and she'd say, explain this. And so I would. And then explain that. And she put together one of the most comprehensive programs I believe that you'll ever find anywhere in the market. Do you know with this program, you can change everything in your life in a matter of months. See, we're born and raised with the idea that it takes a long time to accomplish something. You can accomplish, bang, just like that. You don't go from A to B, you can go from A to G just like that with thinking into results. You see, what she's done is take the very best out of my mind that I have studied and practiced for the last 50 years, and you get it in a program with 12 short, powerful lessons and an action planner that'll spin your head around on a dime. You can walk away from this and you say, well, this isn't for me. Or you can say, I'm going to do this. And you know, in 6 months, you're going to need a telescope to look back and see where you started. I believe it's the most powerful program you can ever lay your hands on, because you not only learn why you win, you learn why you're not doing what you really want to do, and then, bang, how to change it.
I did create that program that I set out to create after I first saw Bob Proctor in that seminar, and that program is Thinking into Results. I wanted to help people get out of their own way. As an attorney, I saw many brilliant people getting stuck. Despite all their diplomas and credentials, they weren't getting the results that they wanted, and they didn't know why. I created Thinking into Results with Bob to show executives and entrepreneurs and employees worldwide how to get the results they wanted by thinking in a certain way. Our objective is to get thinking into results in every home, because it helps the young and the old alike expand their horizons and live their dreams.
If you want to be happy, healthy, and prosperous, it's all here. Thinking into Results is going to show you how to get it. If what I've said, or what Sandy Gallagher may have said, really triggered something in your mind and you're thinking maybe, contact the certified PGI consultant on this page. Hit the button, leave the information. Do yourself a favor. Sit down and talk to them about what this program can do for you. This very well could be the decision that will change the rest of your life. And you'll enjoy it forever.
Super duper good. Thank you so much. Have an amazing Friday. Have a good weekend. See some of you tomorrow, 10 to 1 p.m.